Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all our Zelda Speedrun Ocarina of Time Randomizer fans! Yes, I'm definitely shouting right now. Tonight we have a wonderful match for you. We have MrMario7788 versus who's seed number 3 versus WoodenBarrel, seed number 30, in our winner bracket round 2 match. Tracking tonight, we have ATM and we have baseball. And doing the ever so awesome commentary, we will have Ginger Sunny and our star 1468. Take it away, you two.
Hi everyone! Welcome to ZSR! Today we have, seed num. We've got ourselves Mario versus Barrel, two longtime runners of the community. I'm Star, with me on comms is Ginger Sunny. How are you here tonight?
Hi Star, hello everyone. Yeah, good. Really excited for this. Really excited. It should be pretty hype.
So we have ourselves a fancy schmancy seeds page now. We've got stats page. We've got Mario's seed number 3, Barrel's seed number 30. Both excellent runners. As you can see here, Mario's got a best time ever of a 128 in a standard race, Barrel a 159. On the other hand, Barrel's actually got the lower average time, and let's see how this goes. Mario consistently top top seed in all types of tournaments. Barrel, one of the winners of the co-op season tournament number 1. Looking at their face-offs, they've raced in the same race 6 times. Mario beating Barrel in 4 of those 6, and this is the first time they've faced each other 1v1. Should be fun.
Yeah, two top runners, Mr. Mario obviously and Barrel. One of the popular and also excellent runners. So yeah, this is going to be a hype match. I'm really excited.
Yep. And yes, this is a very froggy hash.
Frog walk to ice, is that the hint? Or is it a trade quest for something really important? Trade quest to unlock everything.
Here's what I'm thinking. It's Skull Mask to get the frog to go get Big Oron for the ring.
We'll find out what evil baseball has cooked up on this one, as we're about to start very shortly.
Yep. Nocturne start with the Emerald. Okay. And we're off. Apple spawn on the Minuet pad.
Hey, have a free save. Why not?
No logical lady from Minuet Rosarios as you find nope, Big Oron is dead. Wah wah.
So we can still hold out for a frog walk maybe if we get lucky, but pretty early death to the trade quest, unfortunately.
No forest access logic today, because we spawned right where we needed to be, as we see that Deku Tree is foolish. And Goron City is path to Phantom Ganon.
Okay, so boa hook shot, presumably something that leads to those.
And Wasteland is dead. Alright, not too bad for some early hints.
Or a strength. Yeah, Wasteland, good.
Oh, and that's a big chest in my dues. That container ain't bad. Yeah, Kokiri Sword's probably late. I've mentioned this on a previous restream, but oftentimes when you get a dungeon foolish, it's because it's your logical last dungeon in the game. So is that just going to not be anything in there anyway, as we get our first bomb bag in Midas' house.
Very nice.
So Kokiri Sword's probably the last thing to find for go mode, because that's how foolish hints tend to go.
In terms of things we've picked up, sort of first 3 things just to get it's Nocturne, ZL, and bombs is pretty nice, suspiciously nice. Early on.
That blade is dead. I think that's actually the first time I've personally seen that hint in a race, as we get Ranch's path to Morpha. And a fish bottle. Okay.
Alright. Rush Ice intensifies.
Immediate trip to Goron City with those bombs, as we see the composer grave for Barrel. There's Minuet that they really spectacularly don't need. Don't need! Brilliant game, brilliant.
I have two good songs and also a useless song. I guess, you can't have everything.
It might be useful as a child, to be fair. It's kind of not great as adult. Also, yeah, this music is kind of for Goron City. Oh, geez, Requiem. Oh no! I have no idea what's on the crate as I see a boo in the Goron City maze. Okay, game. Okay. Yeah, nice rank upgrade. That is something to note, is that with a big chest on the left side, in the middle, you can just hop right on over and no issues whatsoever. And then if it's a big chest on the left side, you hop right back over. It's really stupidly busted. As you can see right there. And
but it does.
It fell off a level.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. So unfortunate.
Major sequence break, but why not? Yes, if Reclaim is on AD, there is a better chance of it being all dungeons, depending on how the key layout and item layout and other things are in Spirit. Nothing on Link to Goron. But I would say one of that strength or that bow is probably past the Phantom Cannon. Thanks! That's in fact 2/3 of our forest kit, as we get a heart container and a nut on Dame. Reclaim is frequently logical all dungeons, if nothing else, just because of spirit keys and their logic behind that, but hard AD is somewhat rarer.
Just saying there's a chance.
Yep. Cemetery, if you're not sure how to spell Reclaim, I'll get it for you. Wastelanded, by the way, is not foolish. It was hinted to be dead. Those are distinct things. And that's a stick on Idle Andrew. Our Castle Fairy is dead. And that's a heart piece.
And that's also a heart piece. Double heart pieces.
Indeed. Gonna see this hint here, not always super common, but can make a pretty big difference if it's some good info that's not available anywhere else. Central Pillar is a small key, I think?
I think that's what it said. It was definitely Central Pillar.
Thank you, chat, confirming. Alright, won't be needing that. Hard acquire, but something to keep in mind. And Storms is vanilla. Alright, we're getting some good songs here.
Yeah, this is so much stuff early. This is, I don't know, I'm so suspicious when the seed does this.
It really is. They've got a load of stuff early. Ray Hookshot from Full Clearing Forest Temple in Logic. That's not a sentence you say very often. It's 6 minutes into the seed. Well, actually, not in Logic per se. Strength is at Logic. Is that 50 dead?
Yeah, that was 50 dead.
Yeah, we are a hookshot from Clearing Forest at 6 minutes. Actually, it's been more, 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, because it's been a little bit since we got that bow and strength right next to each other. Nothing in the wall. That's a lens as Mario gets flattened, and a scale. Lostwoods is path to what?
Lostwoods to Volvagria.
And I'm still dead. I managed to completely brain fart where that hint for Lost Woods was. Whoops. Can't remember which hintstone that was? Okay, back of CAC, thanks. Could have sworn that was the Long Ranch hint, but I might have mixed it up. Yeah, it could be, but it could still be a few different things to that Volvagia path. We don't know yet. Too early to say. Seeing as Gray hasn't gotten a lot of stuff early, right claim is on AD, and otherwise it doesn't seem all that wacky. Nice wallet.
Yeah, this is just giving us everything.
It really is. This is an unusually nice seed. So far, until it isn't.
I mean, it's just crazy. Just looking at Mr. Mario's tracker after 8.5 minutes, it's an incredible amount of items.
Alright, Curious Storms for Barrel. Also, this music is kind of anxiety-inducing here in DC as they get 30 is dead and the big chest.
Oh, hey.
I'll rip the frog.
Frog Dream dead. The hash slide.
Yeah. Womp, 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 womp.
And just to rub it in, we get the nice arrows.
Yep. And Virgon was also hinted dead earlier too. London Ranch is still past to Morpha. Oh, that's where that copy of the hint was. Whoops. And that's what the fish bottle. Right, that's. I should mix up generic grottos earlier. But barrel throwing the bomb at a slightly funky angle still worked anyway. Just go figure. I didn't know it could be this deep. No kidding.
You just drop into the DC fight room and it's just Ganondorf floating there, and you have to have a tennis match with him over the lava. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. Oh yeah, pepperoni. That's a good one you can do.
Yep, you can see at peak chests in DC. There is Barrel getting the nice cheese. And the bomb farm, so if you walk out of range to unload a pot, nice BGS, and then come back, the bomb refill is still there, but the Pablo respawns so you can get a second bomb refill. It's a little silly, and OT is a very well-coded game, but go figure. You know it's off when the boss has the least stressful music in the whole dungeon? Barrel's a very good player, but Mario's also very, very good. I don't think Mario's won any tournaments that I can recall, but he's been a high seed in many and has come pretty close. I think he was, second seed in RSL Season 1? Has placed in seeded in Season 3 and Season 4. I don't remember his final placements off the top of my head. Made brackets of both co-op tournament seasons, a bunch of different things.
Very much thereabouts. If he hasn't won it yet, it's not because he's not good enough to. It's just
Bad luck.
Not been his time just yet. But
no.
he's
He'll
one
win
of
one
the top
sooner or
runners
later.
for sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's totally got
He's-
a good chance.
He's definitely earned his spot as the number 3 seed. Farrell's not shabby either, to be fair. It's hard to get 30th seed in a field as competitive as we had this year.
Is. It really is. It's such a stacked field.
Lucy giving us the water medallion. You know, Cemetery, we were having a discussion before the race started about how we should maybe cut back a little bit on the memes as Barrel finds his 50 hit. Also, speaking of that path, what is wondering? Gonna be interesting to see what that Lawson's Path to Volvagia is, because the only thing we've seen in there so far is a fish bottle. And 30 and 50 are both dead, so it would only really be for 40. Not really what you want to see.
No. You want to
And never, because it certainly isn't that.
You got to find that hint as soon as possible, so you know you have to collect those 40 and get a head start.
Yeah, the only things that bottle could really be for are, could have been for were 40 skulls, moral skulls, which is down to just 40. 20 is not bottle locked. Does he get a strength too? Okay.
Alright, bow locked strength.
That's our first. That's actually our. That is in fact our first in logic strength. Because the other one is technically strength 2 lock or hammer locked. Barrel checked the Lost Woods scrub gutter, but we're missing the child checks in Lost Woods. And the strength in Goron City could still lock our first hook shot. Would require some amount of silliness, but I don't think it's impossible yet. Yep. One of our trackers, please mark the DC as the water medallion. Yeah, so far a very generous seed. We know that Goron, Phantom Ganon, Morpha, Volvagia, and Volvagia are 3 of our medallions. DC is a 4th. Don't know about the other 2 yet, but he is on Requiem, so it seems likely that Spirit is a medallion as well. Yeah, more or less the run is just kind of going over what the other already did. We're gonna look at this crate for Mario, because I completely missed it for Barrel earlier. Okay, just a Hermes. Yeah, Barrel will get the strength 2 on the adult shooting gallery sooner or later. Not immediately urgent. They have no way to GTG, no way to Spirit.
Mhm.
The access to both is the same thing right now, since Requiem is on AD. They'll need opponents or both hook shots to get across the bridge. Most likely. Or, do AD, which you probably don't want to do unless it absolutely comes down to it.
Yeah, especially at this level, logical AD certainly does not mean actual AD.
Nope.
Unless they get really unlucky with Spirit Key logic, in which case, well, there's not a lot we can do about that.
Well, it wouldn't be necessarily Spirit Key logic, it's just Spirit Key placement at that point.
Yep, that's what I meant to say, sorry, placement.
We haven't seen a medallion check yet, so we don't know what the layout is beyond the exact layout is yet. We know from path hints that forest, fire, and water are medallions, and that only finished DC, so we know that's a medallion, but the other two are unknown. Here goes the other two stones. We don't know if Deku's a medallion. It's foolish, but that doesn't mean it has to be medallion. Only path hints have to be medallions. Foolishes can be anything.
Mm.
For runners of this caliber with these settings, they should sub-3 most seeds. If it goes 4 hours, something's gone seriously wrong.
Oh, yeah, if we're here 4 hours, then a bit like yesterday's from what I saw. It was epically long. So probably won't get that today.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh no! Speaking of 40 skulls earlier, that's a magic meter! Baseball!
Oh. It's always 40. It always seems to be 40 that gets the...
You know that bottle in Lost Woods? Alright, 40 is still a magic meter. I did not get the second hint. And JTG's path to Tornova, and Big Ron's still dead. Someone catch a second hit at Temple of Time, because that's the only one I did catch, because Mario read way too fast for me! Going to go Vault Dive Mario's side to go figure out what that last Temple of Time hint was, as Barrel finishes off DC. Oh, Central second hint was Central Pillar. Excellent. Thank you, VXR. Runners who are so experienced, we can't even read the hits fast. They read the hits too fast for us. And I think I'm usually good at it, too, but...
there goes Barrel. Gonna go get there. Adult shooting gallery done.
Mm-hmm. And Barrel doing the child shooting gallery at the same time, getting himself some bombs.
No Scout Town. There have been no chickens done yet. And a hammer on Bum Tree Bowling. Okay.
Okay. So, that path to full Vajia. We have a wallet. We have a hammer. We have bombs. We have a bow. I'm a little concerned. We don't yet have a way to get to Fire Temple just yet, to keep in mind. No bolero, no hovers, and no hookshot, but, things are starting to smell a little bit fishy as Mario gets the skull here. Now, I do mean that a fair bit literally. I did not intend to, but it makes for a great pun considering that that bottle in Lost Woods had a fish in it.
We were distracted by the frogs, but it was the fish in the bottle that was the real hint to what was coming in the seed.
Mm-hmm. Something is smelling really weird. They had a really nice start, but I'm now kind of concerned about what happened to this seed.
It'll either
Lost
continue
was a
being this
probably
nice.
hook covers or leads to one of them, but
This is either going to be one of the fastest seeds of the tournament, or it could just go completely the other way and be 3.5 hours at this point.
something seems really weird. Really. Yo, there's a hookshot on Town's Chickens. What is Path in Lost Woods then? Don't think the bottle is it anymore. I think 40's in without. Someone needs to double check its logic tracker for that. Hovers probably then in fire. Longshot needs to be hookshot locked. Yeah, something is wet. Alright. And opponent's song is vanilla. Thanks, game.
Great.
That's probably the hookshot is guaranteed path to Morpho. The opponent's might be. You're guaranteed to need both hookshots for Morpho, so that is confirmed path. 40 without the bottle, 47 with. Gotcha. Bottle not path then for Volvagia, and something else is there as we see another bomb back in the silo that Mario does not feel like getting because he doesn't need it.
So it looks like chat's divided where to rush. Some are saying rush GTG, some are saying rush well, some are saying rush ice.
Sunsung on Saria. Bottle for Big Pose. Oh, good point, actually, Magnus. That does exist. Thank you.
That totally could be a thing. So many items so early.
And yeah, no kidding.
And yet it still doesn't seem like a comfy seed. Like, it doesn't seem like it's a...
Well, we'll see what exact variety of... We'll see. We'll have a... Well, I don't know. We'll have a better idea of what variety of funkiness is happening to this seed after we see what's the Lost Woods path, because it's not the bottle anymore. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not the bottle. Alright, Miss Screll, I believe Barrel checked earlier. Yep, was nothing. Hookshot and Hammer are fine for... Well, Barrel just got Hammer, and Hookshot is gonna be coming up right now for Barrel. Not right now, but pretty quick. It could, if the heal-out's particularly terrible, yes, it could be Song of Time and Fire if hover boots are really bad, and the key layout's worse. Even with the trick on Song of Time can still be required for fire, but it requires a very particular key layout and a really bad hover boots location.
What was on Skull Mask?
Hmm. Rudos. That's something. As we see that Deku is still foolish.
This is interesting. That Ruto's has really thrown things, spiced things up a bit.
Jabu's a stone. Baseball, what did you roll?
Star.
Oh no, that was a medallion.
Yeah,
Sorry,
medallion.
never mind. Okay, no, so never mind that, but that's still something. We don't have a boomerang. We can turn a letter in. Never mind, that's what I'm forgetting. So, hover boots might be behind it, so that would just be rude considering Shadow's a stone, and that's where I'm getting scatterbrained. I feel like there's something wonky here, and we're gonna eventually work it out. Was that seriously a child spawn at the top of Kokiri?
Wow.
Great game. Great. I think that particular is... Yeah, that's kind of French vanilla. It's something, I guess.
It's probably slightly better than the vanilla spawn because it's a little bit closer to Lost Woods. That's about all it's got going for it.
Yeah, Rudo's currently locks 2 songs. Yep, Ice and Burning Cack. It locks various other things. It's certainly not the first bottle, but per the previous bottle. But yeah, there's some. I don't know what you call this, but it's confusing. We'll eventually figure out what the actual logic is, but I don't think we're finding out for a little bit. Alright, Child Grunt City there, not turning up much of anything for Mario. Probably gonna go turn in that letter. I don't see a reason why not. Yeah, they really don't care much for the... They don't need whatever is the actual path behind Lost Woods to Volvagia. They have hookshot, bow, hammer, bombs, they have a bottle, they are fine. But it'll be interesting for us as we see the other GTG path to Twinrova hint. And, our Mimi restreamer needs to... actually, no, never mind, that's correct. Oh, the wording's a little weird. Anyway, yeah, Forest and Firewall Blitz becoming a Whimsico adult. I'm wondering where that boomerang's gone off to, as we see Frogs 1. Is the hash going to live up to anything here?
Don't let us down, frogs.
Gold scale! Okay, game. Okay, sure.
I mean, it kind of makes sense to get a scale from frogs, sort of. I mean, they're water creatures, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, Lab Dive is dead and Central Pillar is dead. So on the one hand, it's not going to be logically required for Lab Dive. It does also mean they can, however, gold scale water. Ranch is still past Morpha. Okay, sure, game. And our last hit here in River is Goron City is still path to Phantom Canyon. Brilliant. River End's really not giving us much of anything useful in terms of information, just repeats of 3 of our paths. Yeah, I did not burn my dinner. Cemetery may or may not have gotten a bit too caught up in reading, so I had to abruptly help out with restreaming a little earlier than I expected, and then had to go make sure my dinner didn't catch on fire. But nope, perfectly cooked and quite tasty. No, I'm eating while they're in a bit of downtime. Well, well, you fell asleep while reading Cemetery. Anyhow, there's the King's Ore moved, and Kaka's path to... was that Marinade?
Looked like Baronade.
So, okay, what did we get in CAC? Strength 2, a scale off the man on roof, and... storms! Okay. So, probably not gold scale, unless it's Tektite Grotto, and Boomerang lacks irons, but storm? Strength 2 is not an entirely ridiculous possibility as well, or that's actually logical strength 1 even.
I mean, someone did say rush well.
No, both strengths are in logic early because the hammer became available early, but yeah, strength 2 or storms are the most likely paths. Gold scale, technically possible, not too likely. Runner is just a minute or so apart here in the domain. Not even, actually. More like 50 seconds. Well, starting the diving game as Mario finishes it. Yeah, Rang probably storms locked in the well today then, since it's... Although, gold scale is also storms locked. Thinking face. Tektite Grotto anybody, as they see some arrows on the diving game. Yeah, could just be Boomerang and CAC as well. It is not the 40 Skulls magic, because that was separately hinted. Could be 10, could be 20. We'll see. That is nothing. Barrio once on the diving spot. Might have been a bomb refill or something.
Since it's very remembering to set up Scarecrow, which is very important. Might not be needed, but if you forget it and you need it, then... And it does happen. Not that I would expect someone like Mr. Mario to forget that, but you never know. Gonna get some fishing now. Is Mr. Mario the king of the fishermen today? Oh, the fish is struggling a bit.
Yep. Yeah, no frogs to hit. Yeah, that's mildly concerning. Take your shield on child fishing. Yeah, I am actually genuinely kind of curious to see what tech Grotto has now.
Well, they've given us everything for it. And it's the only thing that that gold scale can really be for, right? So...
It is. And logically. And logic's the only thing that... hints tech are in logic has to matter for hints. OT is Requiem. And Skullmask is dead.
I'm not sure I said that symmetry. I'm pretty sure it was the Seed Roller Baseball. I think they were the ones who said that they really wanted it, and they might have got it.
Mm-hmm. Richard giving us a little bit of love. Hey, is that a long shot? Okay.
Well, okay, that's a long shot. Just sat there on Dumpé. What is this?
GTG Path to Twin Rova is entirely in. We also have a lens. Our magic meter's in logic. We can't get to spirit. Yay.
What is this seed doing? It just seems too nice. I don't like it.
Non-jokingly, we're starting to get towards go mode. We need a rank for Spirit Jabu, but that's somehow cack-locked, either in the well or behind Strength 2, which probably is going to be deep in GTG or up in Spirit, either way. We're missing a Mirror Shield for that matter, but that's probably in GTG. And we might need light arrows eventually. We might need a fire source. Well, does not count as CAC. Alt dungeons are always separate from their overworld areas.
Cemetery attracts the stone shadows, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Checking time for Barrel. Doesn't tend to do them very often, but I guess he wants to do them now.
Sub 1 hour chickens. Okay.
I mean, Path to Baradate is currently not obvious. I mean, you've got Well, which you'll probably do right with this. You've got Strength 2 and Tech Grotto really are your options. Those are not exactly amazing options for your path to Baradate. And if you can't get your boomerang right here on chickens, you don't have to come back challenges for Jabu, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, making up time on an age change can almost make up for the time invested in a chickens that doesn't get anything.
Yeah, it's pretty close, honestly. As we see the big key, boss key brain, very early in forest. Yeah, the full path is most likely hovers, but in very rare cases, Song of Time can still be it, even in racing settings like this with the tricks they're usually on. Look at me, it just would take a pretty dumb key layout and a really dumb hover boots location. A smidge, yes, Virgil, I do commentate LTDPR on the slide. I routinely say boss key instead of big key over there, and I'm mixing the two up over here. Right. Well, the thing is, the well isn't directly hinted, but Cat has path to Baronade for something. It is not chickens, because that's a nut upgrade, and Storms is vanilla. That has a very, very good chance of being the path here, and Cat gets that strength to 10 skulls or 20 skulls. So, I do the well.
And that's exactly what Barrel's about to do.
Yep. Makes perfect sense. There are 13 items in here as well, so this is just a really good idea to begin with. Available from the beginning, and why not? They spawned literally on top of ZL. Bomb Bag was free, and so was the Storms.
We might not have mentioned Mr. Mario recently, but that's because we're currently going through Forest Temple, and so there's not really a lot to say.
So an option in Randomizer is chest size matches contents, which is exactly what it sounds like. The big chests have major items, small chests have junk, and both small keys and boss keys have their own textures. And according sizes. That's a big chest, speaking of. It's a boomerang! Okay! What a surprise! Game, thanks. And Barrel is out of here. He is off to Jabu.
So, Rushwell was the play here then, today?
Going to take a guess and assume that he thinks his Mirror Shield is in Spirit, is in GTG, and just gonna go do Jabu and run off to GTG, probably looking for what honestly might be their glow mode.
I think if you're looking at this potentially kind of jetty seed, and if it is going to be a jet and you're in a one-on-one, I'm totally fine with dipping back out of the well. I think that's totally valid play.
Yeah, especially when you're this close to glow with one item left and one pattern left, more or less.
Yeah, in a tournament setting, it's probably worth taking that gamble if you.
Yeah, they know that gold scale water is doable. Central pillar is only a key as we get mares left from the well. And they do have Nocturne, so it's not especially terrible to get back to the well as child anyway. I think this play makes sense for Barrel. I could see sticking around, but also when you're this close, you can hope that there's a magic meter on the way, I suppose, too. Is the other thing I should note is that there is still the fact that currently their only magic is on 40 skulls.
Yeah, just praying that every chip gives you magic.
Yeah.
Yes, no skulls.
But yeah, with Jabu, with Shadow being a stone, they can also just pick up skulls on the way if they really want to keep for that 40 just in case. You can go pretty close to at least. I know 30 at least isn't too hard to get to, pretty much along the way with out really detouring, and they have Sun Song and both hookshots and Rang. It's not too killer to get 40.
And a bowl as well, so altogether.
There's worse ideas, at least.
Yeah. Like it's totally doable. And if you decided that's my magic and I'm just going to go for that, I think that could also be a valid play at this point as well.
Yeah.
Potentially, if you're pretty confident on your skull routing.
And these runners should be decent with it. I mean, you don't get to top 64 without being pretty
No.
decent with skulls. They don't give two hecks about hovers. If they need to, they will do fireless strats in spirit. They're dumb, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure they both know how to do them.
So we got a prediction going in, Chapman. Is this going to be an AD seed or not? Is that full AD or logical AD, or what is the definition of AD?
I have no idea. That's not a clear poll. You can blame whoever thought it up. Logical AD, but a hard is yes. Okay, fair.
Any type of AD. That's totally fair. I mean, yeah, phase is pretty bad, but would you rather have both of them in the same dungeon at the same time? Like double Jabu and double Forest? At least they're boring, but at least it's something different on each screen. Different colour schemes, at least.
Yeah.
Chaos Stone Shadow will always find a way. in my experience, more likely than not, it's a pretty safe guess, but it will find a way.
Yeah, big chest in the meantime, though. And that's for ores.
Very nice.
And
Might not be much use until we've got 40 skulls. That's a problem, but it's still nice to have.
yeah. Small chests spawning simultaneously for both runners. What are their current skull counts, actually? I have no idea.
I don't think either of them have really been, like, pressing them. I think we've just been picking them up as they've gone, so I don't think we've got too much. But what they actually are now, I don't remember either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is very, very likely that it is logical AD for spirit key logic. Whether or not it's hard AD, we don't know. All three stone bosses having items or having items at the very ends of the stone dungeons is what I'd like to call Oops AD for items, but that's not happening today because Deku is foolish.
There's a big chest there.
It's a big chest.
Useless.
Game?
Still, if he needs any toast buttered, then at least that's something.
That exists.
There's some pretty awful worst case scenarios what I'm reading in chat there. I like it.
Yep. We'll see Barrel's skull count here as he gets the pair of skulls. That'll be 9 for him, okay? And the poll ended up being 26-18 in favor of it being AD.
Well, 60-40, that's fairly close. So.
Mm-hmm.
Poke the octopus with a stick and carry on for Barrel.
So the odds of it not being AD in any fashion are pretty low. It is typical for there to be at least one small key in Child Spirit, sometimes a boss key. Or whether or not you need a small key from Child Spirit to get anywhere in the dungeon is... we'll find out, eventually. Maybe in an hour.
Yeah, we're not getting to Spirit anytime soon at this rate.
No, we're not. I think they'll be... Mario's got to do finish Forest. We're going to probably do Fire and Water and then GTG before going to Spirit. And Mario also needs to get to the well, but he knows about that cack path, so he'll be there eventually. Like, we're doing fine until it's Zoops AD for Spirit Keys or for something on or for Lights on Child side, basically. And yeah, there's a magic meter on 42. Okay, what's Phantom Cannon got for us? Yeah, Mario will get Longshot when he goes back when he goes to get the ring. I don't think that's a real issue for him. Ring is in the well. Pick to Baronade is, well, chickens, 10, 20, or a strength 2. Not a ton of options there, and he'll figure out strength 2 whenever he gets to GTG in Spirit. This is a Fire Temple play for Mario. Doesn't have Bolero, so this is his fastest way there. Oh, we're gonna get some skulls first, though.
Remembered about the magic and thought, okay, yeah, I should probably get these skulls while I'm here.
Yeah, if you're like right here and you have suns, you might as well get the ones that are in your face on the way, because if you don't, you're going to feel a little bit silly when it turns out to be your only magic meter, because the other one is in its own shadow like it loves to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we're going to have a where is the second magic meter, then Stone Shadow would have to be odds-on favourite, I would say, for for location.
They're also making sure to snag a skull here in the fountain. Again, yeah, it's a brackets match. You don't necessarily need to go super far out of your way for the really annoying skulls, but you at least don't leave the ones that are right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a great way to throw a match, as if you... Like, your opponent's probably going to do something similar, and the little time losses of getting a skull in the way, like, Barrel getting this skull while reading the hint is pretty efficient use of time, for instance. It's not maybe a couple seconds time loss, but it's not that much. Like, if it's on the way, it's pretty efficient, you might as well. This is a tunic for Mario. Yeah, we only have one foolish hit, by the way. Thank you for the reminder. That's fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right, and it's the Deku.
Yep. Boomerang is in the well. Cactus Path to Baronade. Mario knows it's Strength 2, Storms, or Chickens, and he'll get there sooner or later, but it's not really an issue. Yeah, a little unsure I didn't just do Found Fairy there.
Yeah, exactly, you're right there. You might as well.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, sure, your mirror shield, you might know where your mirror shield is, but you do still want to hopefully find a magic mirror that's not 40 skulls, and lights do still exist. They do not need to find irons, Brandon. They have Longshot, they have Gold Scale, they have ZL. They do not need to get... And they know Central Pillar is a key. They are fine. Gold Scale Water is not an issue there. Yeah, Barrow can get the Fair Fountain later if he goes ice, but I don't know if he has a good reason to go ice anytime fast. I wouldn't say Rang is hard. It's pretty straightforwardly hinted for Mario. He's going to do fire. There's Song of Time, speaking of, that's not a bad find. He's going to do fire. He'll probably go to water next, if I had to guess, just to get it out of the way. Then head for... Yeah, go to water, head for GT, and then head for GTG, see what the path to Twinrova is there, and then head for Spirit. And between Spirit and GTG, Mario will know that Strength 2 does not lock his Boomerang. Wait till send him straight to Cactuow's Chop. So that sorts him out fairly nicely.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, Symmetry. I was enjoying the music choice that Randomizer has spat out for Mr. Mario today.
Yeah, we're Asari's Leaf and Frogs 2 with no hint. We are missing... I think we're missing one fountain hint. I don't think we'll check the one by Bear Shabu. We're about to see the Hyrule Castle 1 hint. You haven't seen the Back Lake hint. We're missing some of the field hints. Some other odds and ends. There's Frogs 2 hint. It's dead. Wah, wah.
No frogs today. The hash completely lied to us.
Yep.
As it tends to be.
Well, I will snigger if it turns out Tech Grotto has a pair of iron boots in it. Because that actually would make Frogs 2 logically required, since Frogs 1 logically required due to one of the scales being on Frogs 1.
That's definitely worth a sacrifice to RNG. Oh, nice boss key.
Yeah, boss key nice and early. Yeah, that confirms that whatever the Rudos is locking your hover boots somehow or another. Jabu itself had Furor's Wind and nothing else of interest, so that Rudo certainly isn't locking hovers that way.
No.
Yeah, Mario's also probably going to get the heck out of fire after beating Volve. I don't see a great reason why not.
No point to hang around, is there? If you can get out of Fire Temple as soon as possible and only come back if you need to.
Yeah, it's pretty slow for not a ton of checks, honestly.
It's because there's so
No
many
hints
keys.
pointing at it.
So long. So many keys.
Yeah, there's no hints pointing at it. It takes quite a while for not a lot of checks, and you might as well go to places that are actually hinted. And other progression. Song and Ice was not hinted. We have no idea what it is. Okay, not no idea. Our remaining songs are Bolero, Prelude, and Sarias. We're going to get the SFM Adult Skull. And that makes Skull, I think, 15 for him. Nice Volvagia fight for Mario, and that reminds me that we completely missed the 1 hour mark.
Oh,
Happy
yeah,
1
that's
hour,
right.
everyone.
Happy 1 hour. It's kind of crazy how much we've got an hour in.
Yeah,
These trackers are so full.
they really are. Speaking of our trackers, let's do some shoutouts. To our runners, Mario and Barrel, we haven't seen the Prelude song yet. Shoutouts to my co-com, Ginger, to our trackers, Baseball and Idiom, and to our restreamer, Cemetery, as well as to everyone in chat.
And big shout outs as well to Star for joining us this evening.
And I apparently can't read earlier, that is a 19th skull for Barrel, who is off to Forest. That'll be 24 coming out. Yeah, we're not seeing Deep Fire. I would have been more confused if Mario had gone Deep Fire, honestly. The hints he has.
Yeah, there's so many better options right now.
There really are. And I realize he doesn't have any fantastic ways to Western Hyrule. Southern nor Western Hyrule. Time to go hiking.
Starting off with Nocturne was just too generous in terms of warp songs. Since then, it's nope, you're going to get all the child songs instead.
Yeah. Yeah, only 12 skulls on Mario's side. Little low.
I mean, I've got no doubt that MrMario can catch up on skulls pretty damn fast. If he really, really decides to rush them. I wouldn't be too concerned at the moment.
Sun's not great. They don't need magic anytime too soon. Shadows of Stone, if it comes down to it, they'll do both shenanigans and Spirit. And that's small chest. It's also just possible that magic could turn up somewhere on the way. There's nothing that says that that's the only magic. They don't want to take that risk. It's the only magic. They'll get the skulls in their faces while running around Hyrule, because they're running around a lot, for starters, and B, you don't want to take that risk in a brackets match. Nothing, Brandon, but they do need magic for Dwarf. Yeah, possibly for Spirit Key Logic, but they both know workarounds for that. Dumb workarounds, don't get me wrong. Spirit
is a very well programmed temple in a very well programmed game.
Okay, and that's Mario gonna play a Epona song, either for GTG or for water. I'm not sure which, both would make sense. Or just to get it done with, GTG for the path and then to Spirit. Either one would be sensible. Oh, and yeah, the bottles for Big Pose, you might as well do it on the way. Pass the sign, shoot, and there we go, nicely done. Mario, oh yeah, right, Mario's not going water, I forgot he doesn't have long shot. Thank you for the reminder, chat. Right. He is gonna do that later, since he cannot get into water without, well, if he can't get into water, he just can't do anything in there with only a hookshot and gold scale. And I'm not worried about Mario and Longshot. He'll get that when he goes to the well. Dominating is not that hard to route in. With the rest of the other thing is when he goes to follow that cack path. Who's is dead.
I'd be very surprised if he doesn't route in Graveyard on pretty damn soon.
Mario doesn't have a logical way across the desert. He does have a practical way across the desert, though, and actually this is a back to child play to go chase that cack path, I think. Also makes sense. No real reason not to here. Oh, well, that's Blur. Might have been hoping for Saturday too, come to think of it, because I forgot that might have been an option. And nope, yeah, he's back out. He keeps hurting me wrong. Right, reading the pedestal, and on he goes.
Alright, off to GTG then, I'm guessing.
Probably. It's making no matter where he's going.
Well, here's that Tektite grow.
Yep.
Gold
and
scale
it has nothing I can.
No, I didn't see what it was, but I think maybe
It was
arrow
a stick
refill?
remnant or something. Yeah,
Something like that.
Nothing
Clearly
useful.
did not want it. It was like, nope, turn around. I'm off.
And this angle tells me, I think that
I guess we're just going to finish off Hyrule Field.
Yeah, Hyrule.
And then still can go to GCG from there. I guess just trying to be thorough, clear out field on the way.
May as well. He honestly will likely find one of our remaining foolishes here. We're still missing both somehow. Or two of the three somehow. No. Everything. And Valley is foolish. That's actually a good hint.
That's a really good hint.
That's one of the best hints he could have gotten right there, actually.
Yeah, that's going to save so much time.
Yeah. It is true that Mario's doing more checks because he's looking for a long shot than Barrel might skip next to the Agony. That might also turn up a magic meter or something, and for all we know, it honestly could just be a fire sword in GTG. Shenanigans aren't 100% over yet as we get another, I think that was a 50 hint, anyhow.
I think it was 50. But, I mean, Mr. Mario goes through the hints so fast that it's really hard to be 100% confident.
Epona does not want to hop the fence, so he has to go around.
Well, because
That's
of course.
better.
There we go. And then look out for this tiny little this tiny little slope that just stops her in her tracks as well in various places. It's so annoying.
Yep. OT, a well-coded game. Offers in GTG might satisfy the path. Not guaranteed, it might. Hovers behind the GTG like room or behind keys in the GTG like room would resolve our Fire Temple path there. Or path evolve there. Our Spirit Temple is a different story.
Oh, that's how you catch a fish. Very nice. Totally not worth.
Yep. Yeah, GTG calculating to DIMS just for key logic is entirely possible. And just a Highling Shield and Labyrinth. Strength 2 and Lost Woods is... Nope, there is not a strength in Mark. There's only two strengths I've seen. One is on Adult Archery, the other is in Goron City, left side. Left side one is in Logic the Hammer, the bow was also in Goron City Maze. Both are fine, but we have not seen Strength 3.
This is one of those rare seeds where some confusion is caused by just the sheer amount of items that we've been given. It's
Yep.
Usually it's like, oh, I'm not sure where to go, should I guess? With this one it's the same, but it's just so many items. I keep saying it, but it's, I don't know, it just blows my mind. I like the GTG play. I mean, you've got everything that you need, really, so...
And I don't know why Mario checked Foolish Valley Hammer Rocks, I'll be honest. Maybe
Yeah.
autopilot. Because that happens too.
Killing time a day could have been that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have just been completely forgotten. It's just even rando. More vanilla.
Barrel has not been anywhere remotely near that side of Hyrule, so no. Lamp, he has not done HBA. Very nice
17-20, making it look easy before even getting to the turn.
Yep. Getting for his efforts, a Goron Tunic, okay, and a heartbeat.
Piece of...
Thanks.
Yeah, Kirby fan, you're just a casual 17-20. Making it look easy. Which it most certainly is not.
Boomerang is in the well. Mario knows that Cactus Path and has 10, 20 chickens and that left for it, basically. That and the checks he's going to be doing right now, more or less, is what's left. So he'll find out if Boomerang is not over here, and he'll go head off that way. Eventually.
So this GTG should hopefully clear up a few things for us.
Yep. I expect we'll see hovers either here or in Spirit. That's a big chest giving us. There's our other magic. Nice.
40's skulls dead. No need.
Yep. F40.
Very, very dead because it's just sat in GTG.
GTG, which is Path to Twin Road. It's not the path, by the way. 40 skulls is in logic and has been for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
that is available.
We could have gone and done 40 skulls, so...
Yeah, you could have. I just don't know why you would.
If you decided to skip GTG entirely for some reason on your way to 40 skulls, then you probably deserve to lose.
Probably.
Did not see what was in that big chest.
Oh hi! Strength 3?
Strength 3, okay.
That's not strength 2 locked. Strength 3 path? Or something? That's fun.
I guess we could be seeing Yeet Rock.
That's something. Yeah, it can't be light trail, but OGC has not been hinted at all. As we get our third key off the enemies. And our fourth key off the Hammerlock check. And Mario's going to now go around the other side. This is going to be a fire play for Barrel. We don't know a lamp. Well, magic is required logically to at least get to Spirit Temple, because both you either need to get Requiem off AD or to cross the Wasteland, both of which are magic locked. As Barrel gets his 26th skull. But because both magics are available, neither is path, as we see a big chest.
Oh,
there's our mirror sheet.
Very, very much required.
I'm still confused what our path in Lost Woods has gotten to be.
Good job, Vixer.
Good job. The rest of GTG is likely right here. Alphos, I did not catch if that was a key or nothing. Whoops.
I don't think it was a key. I'm not 100% there. I don't think it was a key. I think it was nothing.
Okay, it was nothing, thanks. Yeah, Mario not knowing where Longshot is means that he is doing some extra checks that Barrel might end up skipping. I mean, we know Saria's song is either Burning Cack or Ice Cavern, both of which are letter locked. If Skull Kid's a path in Lost Woods, so is Ruto's letter by default, as we see another key on Wolfos. You go do Spirit after this. You need to know if it's, child locked. Longshot is on Dompe picking.
Yep, just sat there.
Yeah, did not catch what the eye statue was for Mario, beyond it wasn't big. Alright, that's a key. And another key.
Another key.
Okay, 2 keys and
Two
big chests. Okay. Giving us a
Sure.
okay. And light arrows.
Oh, okay. Well, required anyway. Was worth coming here.
That's kind of funny, actually. Thanks, Gabe. Okay, so that was 8 GTG keys found, by the way. I'm not sure if the 9th was Wolfos that I wasn't paying attention to, the Pier chest that I really wasn't paying attention to, or the toilet. We are not in no mode until we see that spirit key layout. Wolfos a small brown chest? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll find out here in a few minutes how bad is that spirit key layout? Slingshot's not going to be the issue in Child Spirit because we have a boomerang. Or we know where the boomerang is. Mario doesn't. Not that he 100% cares all that much. I don't have a fire source, but if Mario finds himself in Spirit and needs a fire lock key to get continue, he'll just do the bear shenanigans. It beats doing AD. And it beats looking for a fire source, and it really beats doing AD, which requires a fire source anyway, considering Jump Chat is a stone. Baseball rolled the seed, yes. So far it's looking like a fastball, but this might end up being a pretty nasty curveball instead. We'll find out. I actually haven't seen Spirit Bow shenanigans in quite a while. I will be very amused if we see the statue push.
And yeah, Pepperoni's got a truism that applies to every randomizer ever.
Yep. Barrel getting the key off of Fagia, just in case they have to go back there. If Dins is on the hammer chest, that's going to be horrendous. If it's required. Barrel will provide those water soon, yeah. Molly 1 or 2 GTG Spirits just to get it done with. Also could just skip it and head straight for GTG Spirit. Either works, as we see Colossus Fairy. Nope.
Nothing.
And Cemetery, there's a second area in Kakariko. On that, also can't spell Baronade.
Baronade.
Alright, Colossus Song, which I forgot existed. Prelude. That's actually not too bad for Mario. Since he does still need a good Spec Child for Rang Longshot Jabu. And the hint here... Wasteland is still dead. What is that on top of the arch?
It looked like boots to me, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it could be irons.
Okay, China's agreeing. All your boots on the arch. Logical AD! Thanks, game!
Brilliant.
Although, icy waters exist, we certainly haven't seen that. And we're not sure if the toilet's a key because I wasn't paying good enough attention to that. Do you got a key on the compass chest here? Irons are not required for water, but they might be required for icy waters. This is a little finicky from below with a small chest and just a hook shot, but there we go. It could still be child key logic. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hard lock at this point. Or it could be a soft lock. Irons can, serious, but no, irons can't lock anything before. No, it's true because they do have everything. Because irons cannot be hard required because they know that. Yeah, we have light arrows and the items we're missing besides irons are the items needed to get those irons. Nothing on boulders, so yeah, irons not required today. Light arrows are in GTG. Saria's song is on ice because Barrel just got serenade. And 10 skulls is a bloopy.
And so it was 20.
Yep.
Lots of bloopies for a lot of work. Not a good trade.
No, Icy Water is actually a good point in chat. Icy Waters cannot be an item, so you get a second key on that'll climb. Confirming that we definitely still we do not have the really stupid edge case. 2 keys on that'll climb even low. Where you get a key in early adult side, but your next 2 keys are child side and the right hand, I think it is. There's some way for you to be hard locked out of adult spirit even after getting a key early. I've seen it once before, but it requires some really stupid key layout that I've forgotten. Big chest on the hand. Nindlosky, it's not hard AD for the keys then. In fact, it's not hard AD at all, and I think that's also no mode. It is a dumb level of logical AD, but it is not hard AD, as they get another slingshot. Thanks, game! So yeah, this is a fastball with a jet seed. Thanks, baseball. Doing these extra checks is gonna hurt Mario a bit as he looks for a long shot here. Burl will be able to skip those. But lights might come to bite him a little bit. Another big chest. Handing us fire! That's actually kind of bad for Mario because he's now going to spend extra time doing the fire lock checks.
Yeah, that's at least 2 checks that you can do now, but you couldn't do before, but it's going to waste time doing.
Yeah, they don't care about those iron rings on the arch at all. Another small key. By the way, that's all. That is in fact all 5 keys. There are no keys on child's side. That's just 80 for iron boots, and that's it.
Logical AD, 4-bit iron boots on the arch.
Yep.
Amazing.
I assume that's a. I assume that's a typo VXR, but it's still hilarious. Pepperoni.
At this rate, baseball you might have done.
Pepperoni. It depends where Dins has gone off to. Oh no, Dins has to be available early. The placement of fire arrows does not matter for that thing. Because technically yes, a map check is fire locked and fire arrows are 3 key locked. Well, not even 3 key locked. They're 1 key. No, fire arrows are child climbed along with another key, and those are 1 key projectiles is both ages locked basically, and that we have for sure. We're fine. Plus we know Dins is blocking AD. It's probably in the world, yes. Hover boots are someplace where it is letter locked. Where? We'll never know. Okay. That was not the bot leaving the VC just now. Good. It is not unless you do the spirit key map check as child, unless you have all 5 keys, because logic assumes you use all the keys on all the other doors before you unlock the child side door and you lock yourself out from the child side. Something major to keep in mind with spirit key logic is it assumes that you use the keys in the worst possible way. Game!
Slingshot percent, let's go.
We went from no slingshots to slingshot percent in what, 10 minutes?
This seed's definitely got a sense of humour.
It really does. It's also just really stupidly fast. But yes, spirit key logic assumes you're the world's biggest idiot. Well, all key logic assumes you're a giant idiot, to be fair, but spirit key logic really assumes you're a moron and uses keys in the worst possible way, and it cannot know that keys are placed before items. It also just cannot know the placement of other keys and of strength too underneath other things. While placing the keys, because otherwise you end up with really circular logic if you try to make it dependent on the seed. It is just hard-coded that certain checks require a certain number of keys. So in the case of the firelock checks, it is either 1 key projectiles, 1 key bombs, fire source, and magic. That can be Din's bow magic or Din's and magic or fire arrows bow magic. Either works. 3 or 5. Oh, 5 keys is the firelock checks logic. This came up when I rolled the seed once, where fire arrows were Blade the hero in Hyrule Field. This was before the days of path hints. Fire arrows were Blade the hero in Field because you were required to get logical strength 2 off of the Spirit Temple map chest. I'm pretty sure both runners got that is their first strength even, to go get Din's Fire from the boss key chest of Spirit, which I should add was a stone.
That's disgusting. I love it.
The runners, I ended up having to explain that particular piece of logic in both English and in French. That did not go too well.
I mean,
And then I ended up sending them Spirit Temple Key Logic documents.
it's like you're clearly multilingual and confident in French, but nevertheless, it's still it's quite a complicated subject to try and explain accurately.
And I just, by the way, posted a document in chat of explaining Spirit Key Logic. It's actually very helpful.
It's
I
really
have
good.
much of it memorized by now. Yeah, it was strength, logical strength 2, because it was also strength 1 locked for some reason I have long forgotten. In that seed, logical strength 2 in the map chest to go get Dins off the boss key chest. I think there was a key on some block, and the whole thing was just a mess. This was Stone Spirit 2, and I believe that seed was an Oops AD for item seed because there was something on Stone Gomo or something like that too. The runners were not happy with me for the Oops AD for item seed.
Was it a star special as well?
Yes.
I had a suspicion from the description you were giving there. It's like that sounds like a classic of the star special variety.
Indeed. Spiral's still playing through Spirit. Has not found the boss key yet. It's probably in Darkling Flute. Not sure if it's anywhere else actually by this point. Yeah, you should see Spirit Key Logic and Spirit Key placements when you throw other sanities in. Chip and Reeve will never live down a certain clip. Skull Sanity adds an extra level of fun. That one's particularly funny. It's a Song of Time Skull. In the Boulders Room in Adult Spirit. There is also the skull up above the Sunblock Room between that and the Iron Knuckle in the hallway there. Also has some really stupid logic. Because it is technically can be accessible as both ages, but the logic behind access as either age is really quite bad, and I myself don't have it memorized either because it doesn't come up much.
It sounds
Easy Spirit's nice. Easy Spirit is great. Because there is no key logic. There are no keys. And Funarova has nothing of interest there. It's a small key on the river chest, okay. AD is dead, Serious Kraz. It's been dead for a little bit. It's logical AD, but it is not hard AD. And this is Prelude for Mario. I think at this point he's just gonna go chase that Baronade path since he might as well do it. Or not. He is heading back out, proving me wrong again. OGC, I guess?
Maybe time of day if he feels like he wants to go to Dumpe.
No, there's that too. Probably both.
Time to yeet some rock.
Also doesn't have 20 yet and knows that might be the boomerang, so I'm going to pick that up. Yeah, I'd assume you get the Rock and Go Child here for Mario, which will put him in Go mode, basically, yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah, this will be a good one here for Mario in a bit. I am I am having a bit of a brain fart as to why Barrel is backtracking through the Darklink loop again. If someone could enlighten me.
I think someone said that he missed getting to the dragon chest. Missed the
Might
jump.
have been that. Yeah, that would feel bad.
And
Good,
he's
it
just
happens.
decided that it's the fastest way is just to go all the way back again.
Yeah, okay, yeah, chat confirming, thank you. And Mario will not full clear the well. His boomerang will be his go mode because that's his long shot. Gonna first get 20 skulls, minor time loss of a couple minutes, but fair enough.
No, I mean, it's good routing because you know you've always got 4 or 5 that you can pick up, and so as long as you can get yourself to about 15, when you know you've got Night Cack, then it's really easy to just jump up to 20, which is good routing.
Iron Boots are required for logic, yes. Spirit Water Temple and ZL basically assumes that you need to lower you need Iron Boots to lower the water level. So in Key Sanity or Key Z, you can do Morpha, Darklink, and River Chest, as well as the Skull before Darklink. Not the Skull in the River Chest, that one's a separate thing, that's a real pain in the arse, that irons. But you can do a handful of things in water without Gold Scale and just Gold Scale and Key Sanity or Key Z. But if you have to lower the water level, so in this case you absolutely do, as Darklink is 5 key locked, Skull before him is 4 key locked. Yeah. Time to go get ZL.
And yeah, this is about to be GG as well, I think.
I mean, Barrel's not too far off. Like, he's
That's
only
true.
got 3 left here.
It's actually, it's actually very close. I've noticed that he's done with Morph already.
Yeah, I don't know if Barrel's gonna get lights, though, might be the issue for him. Barrel's gonna do GTG to get his Mirror Shield. He does still need it, and he knows its path. He will get his Mirror Shield from there. I'm not sure about his light arrows is the issue.
Yeah,
because the Mirror Shield is in the maze. Light arrows are behind the light. Mirror Shield's in the maze. Light arrows are in the Liquid Room.
Yeah, could easily decide just to set for auras and bail, and then if he has to come back, then I don't think he's going to be willing.
How deep is Rang? Right here.
There it is.
Yeah, whether or not Barrel gets lights is going to depend on what he does, how he routes his keys, basically. Shoot the Sun is a heart container, alright.
Well, the race is really on now. The jet is circling the airport, it's coming into its final approach.
I am a little unsure what Barrel is staring at the sky for.
That's the best thing. Oh, that's amazing. That's
apparently it has something to do with the water level, and after feeding water and messing with them.
That was definitely worth the 5 seconds it took to That's amazing.
Yeah, Barrel found that out the other day, and he is enjoying it. But yeah,
Love
I believe it actually has something to do with the water and the water level in the lake changing mixing with Epona's code because OT and Epona are very well coded.
Epona especially.
Well, Vera. Hi, Vera. Beryl just made Epona fall out of the sky, and other than that, we're both there. Mario's in go mode. Beryl will be in go mode in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Note that Beryl does not have the Valley Foolish in, so he'll lose a smidge of time here. Not too bad, Nara. They haven't had too much of a. It was overall a pretty jetty seed. We never figured out one of our path hints. It's bait for hovers. Iron Boots are on the Colossus Arch that they also really don't care about. They had a bit of a lack of warp songs early. Beyond that, it's not been too bad.
Yeah,
All the items were pretty free.
a lot of hiking, but otherwise not too bad.
Yeah, Burrow's done very well with routing the seed, but those lights might come back to bite him. It depends on how he routes GTG. Yeah, Burrow's also really close to 40 skulls and feel like a bit of a goof when he sees that magic in GTG. How close will the seed end up being at the eventually? We'll find out. It's gonna be close. I think it. How close? I am unsure because of Beryl and those lights. There's actually 5 key left in GTG. I think I might have miscounted chests, but yeah. There's a Gruder card. If Burrow gets lights, I think he's in a really good spot. If he doesn't get lights, I think that might be more leaning on Mario's side, but it's a little harder to tell on estimates too. Math is a bit hard to do. Like, Mario can at least go mood shopping, which will help a bit. Here's Magical Barrel. Really pretty blue there. I really like how it pairs with his heart color there. Blue and gold. Mario, why are you opening this big chest? Boss Key in Water was Kraken chest, so really deep. And Mario is setting for roars. Light arrows are in the GTG like room, and Barrel going right actually might mean he skips those. Because he'll get enough keys. Going around this side, yeah, he'll have enough keys going around this side for that. To get strength 3. Even if Mario forgot that he 100% doesn't need iron boots, he should know where his iron boots are. They're on the Colossus Arch. It is okay. So he is fair. I'll see. Well, I hope he didn't forget the hint at least. If Beryl doesn't full clear GTG, he'll probably place for Wars. Although he might then switch it for Ganon, though, is the issue. And that doesn't really put him in any better of a position because it takes a while to run back to GTG. It is, by the way, 4 keys, which is enough because there is a 5th key in the maze to get him off over to the mirror shield. He's probably currently having a bit of a thinking phase over that strength 3. And yep, straight on in, mirror shield incoming. I think he's skipping lights.
Yeah. Unless he just foreheads, continues his god routing and decides to carry on.
I mean, it would make sense. Like, what are the odds that later is her on left side GTG? Oh, huh, that's quite a shade of green there for the mirror, greenish blue for the mirror shield. On Daryl's side, Mario is getting to the end of Jabu here. Yeah, no, you don't stick around. GTG, it's not worth the time sink.
Almost certainly over, but
It does feel bad. But it made sense from his disposition.
If he doesn't overwrite the Furoras in Ganon's castle, then he might still have a chance, but getting further and further away from where he needs to be, which is kind of painful.
Yeah, didn't set for Rose and GTG either, honestly. Yeah, probably planning just set it at Ganon. It would have been a tough call between that versus GTG anyway. I don't blame. Yeah, I might leave for Rose and Spirit, which would make the sense. Not a bad play from Barrel, just not the play for this seed. And that's how Rando goes. Yeah, go mode Spirit will save him a good couple minutes on Mario. And Baronades down for Mario. That will be his 5th medallion, and then just Water Temple left. Unfortunately, Water's going to take a while for Mario. Musky and River and Dragon Chest, not the greatest placement. And bienvenue, Casey and Necro, avec un rate de 282. Welcome in. That was me briefly switching to French, but switching back to English. We have ourselves a race between MrMario and WoodenBarrel. We're nearing the end here. This is a redonkulous jet seed. And, Mario's in go mode. Barrel is not, unfortunately. Merci beaucoup, chat. Le français est ma 3e langue. Mais je l'ai parlé depuis 11 ans, même. Je pense. 11 ans. I have translation. I have French is my 3rd language. I have been speaking it for 3 years. And thank you. I do try to keep working on it. French has actually improved. Rando has actually improved my French a lot because just seeing it and hearing it and even speaking it from time to time on a regular basis really helps. Trez yells at me if I speak too much French on stream because we do try to mostly stick to English, but we'll at least welcome the raid in using French. 2nd language is Mandarin. I am Chinese American. My parents are both in China. I was born in the US, but spent a good portion of my childhood in China. And Mandarin, I have spoken Mandarin and English pretty much both at the same time, ever since I was able to talk, so quite a while. French I've spoken for 11 years now, so a good while, but it is relatively new. Star the best suspect in Among Us. Oh yeah, I actually played French. I used to play Among Us with Nexus Discord once back in the day. That was some time ago, but that was good fun. Good memories. So welcome into our French traders. We're almost done. Just got a little bit left to go. Hopefully your stream went well, Neko. Pretty late for you. It's 3 a.m. Letters are in the GTG room, Kalari. In fact, actually, I forgot when Neko was streaming, but actually they're coming over from a restream of their own. Neko is one of our French restream partners. He was doing a restream of Marco vs. Illigachua with Riyad Klim on his channel. Merci beaucoup pour la restream française. And thank you to all of our French team. We do not have a French restream for this chase because it is a little bit late. But you may see the full French restream schedule at this command. And happy 2 hours, everyone, with that. And that's to our 2 runners, Mr. Mario and Barrel, to my co-com Ginger, our trackers, ADM and Baseball, and to our restreamer Cemetery.
And a shout out to our extremely talented multilingual star for joining me this evening.
Thank you, merci, and siessier. English, French, and Mandarin in that order. Yeah. Ginger, how are you thinking about this scene overall as we near the end of it?
It's baseball, so I was expecting much worse. To be perfectly honest, this has been surprisingly jetty.
Yeah.
I liked how it sort of, for a while, it sort of teased us with 40, and it sort of maybe gave us chances for AD, even though it was just logical AD for something completely useless. I like that it sort of kept us guessing a little bit, at least, early on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, baseball, it's fine. I mean, jet seeds like this just make us appreciate the hell seeds even more. That's the way I look at it.
Magnus saying Sarah's the anti-curse cursor. When Star's on comms, bad seed rollers become good seeds. Well, that only applies to OOTR, and only if I'm not also rolling the seed as well as commentating. My talent remains the same whether or not I'm commentating, and I actually have a pretty spectacular talent at times on ALTTPR comms for attracting the most ridiculously bad seeds. I don't roll ALTTPR seeds all that much, but I will attract them anyway by showing up to commentate. I have commentated some really awful garbage as an ALTTPR commentator.
I'm glad that the Star Curse is alive and well in multiple games. It's just as it should be.
En 6 milliards de bâtons, Gogeta? That's not even that hard. That's really easy, in fact. I hope my enunciation was right. I know my accent can get a little funky in French. I have gotten questions about what my French accent is. I don't know what it is either, I'll be honest. It's, something. I mean, Gogeta asked, so I, responded. Not like we're seeing too much of anything interesting new anyway right now, since, well, they're just both doing the thing together just did already.
Yep. Troll Rover's not really playing that nice for Barrel, but apart from that, it's not really much to say about this.
Oh no, Gogeta. Posting a classic tongue twister. Les chaussettes de l'archiduchesse sont-elles sèches, archi-sèches? I have actually seen that one before. Just the only reason I managed to not completely screw it up for Straw.
I mean, like, I know Sur le Pont d'Avignon, but that one's a little bit too complex for me.
Yeah, tongue twisters are fun stuff. The only one I can remember in Mandarin right now is involving some fun non-phonemes with the numbers 10 and 14. 10, 4, 10, 14, and 40. As well as the verb to be. Is the I can pronounce that mostly okay, I'll link until I tripped up there. It is when I tried to do so in my mom's native dialect that I really, really screw up. Un chasseur sachant chasser son chien. That one's really... Okay, that one's bad. I also haven't seen that one before. Susie sold seashells at the seashore. That one's easy. Cemetery. Also, I have seen that one before a fair few times, which helps. And in case anyone's wondering, the in my mom's native dialect, it's pronunciation ends up getting pretty different that dialect, and I have a pretty fun time trying to straighten it out. There's the boss key for Mario. That's off to Marfa, and Barrel's off to get the hint. Tu t'entêtes à tout tenter, tu tues, et tu te tues à tu te tues à tenter. Okay, that one's bad.
That one's really hard.
A few too many T's in there, yeah. Tu t'entêtes à tout tenter, yeah, tu t'entêtes à tout tenter, tu tues, et tu te tues à tenter. Yeah, the first part's fine, the second one's bad. The second half is bad. I do try. I did actually take a French pronunciation class at one point, with a focus on more standard French, so that of France, I suppose. L'Académie Française, so that helped a bit, but yes.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Un pâtissier qui pâtissait chez un tapissier qui tapissait demanda un jour au tapissier qui tapissait: veux-tu mieux pâtisser chez un tapissier qui tapisse ou tapisser chez un pâtissier qui pâtisse? That I surprisingly managed okay. I think.
Holy cow. That was incredible.
Also a nice move. I actually didn't find pâtissier and tapisser too bad. Those two are relatively distinct. Pâtissier and pâtisserie, pâtisser are variants on pastries, basically. Pastry shop is a pâtisserie. Pâtissier is, I think, might be mixing it up. I do not have tapisser off the top of my head. There was one of the other earlier ones of like a chasse. The chasse is to hunt. Yeah, if Errol had been on GTG, this would be really close, but it made sense, honestly. Errol's not like super fine either. Running there and back is gonna be only a minute. So we need more time. Well, Errol get one arrow. I'm not sure what Barrel just did there.
Maybe thought that he had his floors set in GTG and then realised he did. Oh, I've actually got to walk all the way there.
Anyhow, yeah. Unfortunately, Barrel has to reverse all the way back to GTG.
It's quite a good idea, actually. Yeah. Organisation.
Actually, wasn't a bad pronunciation either, by the way, Ginger.
That's right. I did learn French at school, so I know a little bit. But like most tongue twisters, no chance. I'm not even going to try.
Tongue twisters are a whole nother level of interesting, yes. Oh
no,
dear.
Trez with the German tongue twisters.
I mean, if you want to come in right now, well, we have a couple minutes until Mario not does. which sounds way more scary now that I said it. Well, Trez, now you have to come in and do a tongue twister in German. You tempted the chat too hard. It's 3:37 now. Fair enough, though. It is pretty late over there in Germany. I am not even going to bother, Sorry, my German is terrible. What little I know, which is not much.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
9.
None.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui?
Un peu.
Comment allez-vous?
Ça va.
That's the extent of my French, by the way.
Measure.
Well, bonjour too, but yeah.
Measure is the Mandarin for not like no problem, basically. De rien in French.
I speak 2 languages. I speak English and bad English, okay? And I'm more fluent in bad English because, well, just because I'm butchering English language as it is.
Shout outs to how international the community is. We have people from all over the world, and we get quite a variety out there.
Yes, English.
I know in Top 64 we have native English speakers, native French speakers, we have a few native Spanish speakers. Boomers, I think Swedish. FMC, who did not choose to play, but it did play Sixth and Claws, is Taiwanese. We've got we have a number of Brazilians, quite a variety out there.
Well, yeah, I was going to say sort of Portuguese speakers with the Brazilians was some good races in that community as well.
I also want chat to know there's also American Redneck as a language that is easy to butcher, because I live in the South, so we have a lot of it.
You just kind of draw your words.
And by the way, that's GG to Mr. Mario. Sorry.
GG's Mario.
GG's. The jet has landed.
Time to get the runners into the waiting room so we can get them in here. And let's interview them. Looks like Barrel's going to finish out the scene. Not that he's all that far off anyway. His lights are right here.
Yep, there they are.
Yep. And hello! GG's, Mario and Barrel.
Hello,
GG's, guys.
GG's.
I did it. I figured out how to get a good race seed. It's you do 2 really bad ones 2 days prior.
And you have Epona fall from the sky. Come on.
Oh yeah. I learned about that yesterday.
I
That was
have no
amazing.
idea what that refers to, but I'm going
So
to watch it back so I
You
can
ride
see.
you get Epona up to the edge of the water, going into a water temple, and if you beat water temple, you drain the well, walk down the hill a little bit, and just look up at the sky, and she falls down out of it.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Cat was going off.
Lost me like a minute of time to set it up and then do it, but 100% worth it.
Totally worth it. It was amazing. I've never seen it before, so.
Too bad water was my last dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
my
pretty-
last was Spirit, and then GTG for lights, because it was go mode.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually I made a little bit of a mistake. I was doing checks in Jabu because I was like, it could be Central Pillar for boss key, and then like after doing the Farizwin check in Jabu, I was like, wait a minute, we got a hint.
Yeah.
I'm just in go mode. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I was wondering. I was like, Mario?
Hey, it all worked out. I got Ferrari's Wind, which may or may not have saved time overall.
Yeah, I
I'm the
mean,
one use in Water Temple.
I mean, that one actually does save a decent bit of time, to be fair. That was a question, actually. I don't know if you ever actually saw this barrel, but what did you think of that arch, Mario?
Oh yeah, that was fun.
yeah. So I didn't know if that was hovers or irons, but I kind of figured it was irons because like
Yeah,
I knew it
thinking
was that
irons.
hovers were in Fountain or Ice, just due
Yeah.
to that Lost Woods Volvagia hint.
Lost its path,
it
like couldn't be anything
is-
else other than hover boots. At this
Yeah.
point.
Also, hover boots couldn't have been on the arch anyway, barrel. Requiem
Yeah,
Blade
because
was
Shadow's a stone,
stones.
right?
Yeah.
Lux Requiem.
So when I saw that, I was like, cool. Thank you, Seed, for being nice and giving us gold scale and not Central Pillar.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad I did River after all to get that gold scale.
Yep. Say, fucking frogs, dude.
The seed told us.
Yeah, the seed told us do frogs, and it actually was. It paid out.
It did. Wow.
Everything comes full circle.
It's truly a spectacle. It is a pretty fast seed. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for not rolling a 4-hour garbage.
Yeah, thanks for that.
This is probably the
Very
fastest
appreciative
seeds
of
we've
it.
had yet.
So I think I have had the slowest winning time so far. I don't know if this is the fastest winning time, but that would be pretty
What's your
funny if it
slowest
was.
winning time, Mr. Mario?
Oh, it was last match versus Daredevil, and it was like 320 something.
No, we had a 350 yesterday.
Aw, damn.
350.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That was-
happened.
Oh my god. Okay.
Something.
Never mind. I rescind my statement.
Can y'all not roll seeds like that? More so
Yeah.
for my sake, because I'm still in this tourney. Once I'm out, go ahead, roll those. I don't care.
I'm trying to even remember who rolled that seed.
Don't
by
have
the
them roll
way-
any of mine.
Oh god.
By the way, no, you were. This is not the fastest Mario. Fabio beat Titu in 2 hour 12 earlier at the beginning of the
Ah,
round.
damn.
Dang. Just 2 minutes off.
It's all those
And-
Jabu Jabu checks you did that cost you that.
Yeah.
time.
The Jabu man. Not going for Dragon Chest too.
I didn't have bomb choose to go for Dragon Chest.
Oh yeah, I guess
And
I
then
didn't have bomb
My
shoes either, so-
controller. So I don't play with notches because I just use a PS5 controller, and it fucks me over multiple
Mm.
different times in various different ways in various different seats. Today's offender was when I went to do the side hop down to get the dragon statue. Instead of going flesh left, it decided it wanted to go left but backwards. So I had to run that loop all the way back around.
Oh no.
Didn't have
Yeah.
magic to use for Aura's win.
That felt really bad. to see
Ouch.
that.
Yeah.
Once you have to go all the way back round again.
Yeah. Speaking of magic, shout outs to that magic on 40.
Fuck that magic in GTG.
That was hilarious. You
I
were
was
at what,
working
Yeah.
towards
37?
the other one.
Yeah, you were at
I-
37 barrel.
I was at like 14 or something. 13, 12, something like that. When I got that GTG magic, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was at like 37 or something. I was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna get the 40 magic. And then GTG's like, here you go. I was like, no, that's like 5 minutes I've lost now.
I think you were on like
Yep.
37 or something at that point. I think we calculated.
Yeah, you were really close.
Yeah.
Well, we are seeing Wooden Barrel finish up killing Ganon now. So
GG's.
Yeah, GG's, Farrell. That was an interesting one for a little while too. That Lost Woods half two full had us thinking about 40 skulls in the bottle. Honestly, just in
Magic luck
case, man.
magic and hovers is behind magic potentially,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I figured the seed wouldn't be that cruel.
Probably
Where'd you
would.
get fire arrows?
That was spirit.
Yeah.
Child
Oh.
climb. Yeah.
I go moded spirit.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You
Yeah,
you this
yeah.
mirror shield.
we're kind of curious on how close it would have been if Barrel would have gotten Lights his first trip into GGG.
I think I'm still behind because I was thinking about that. I think I'm behind by like 2 minutes in that case.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
It's
That water temple,
definitely
man.
close. Yeah, and then yeah, if I get the light arrows in the first dip and I don't have that flub in water, your ass could have been in my
Maybe.
spot. So who knows?
I will say, Barrel, it was probably the chickens that cost you.
Look, Cack was Path of Baronade. I was doing it.
Oh, I
Magic
fully
chicken.
understand. I'm just kidding.
My order
had-
was 20 skulls, bottom of the well, chickens in that order for the ring.
We had me
Yeah.
and a person in chat had a bet going for their firstborn versus a Greg, if it was chickens or not. So still need to figure out someone named Greg just so I can start backing that bet up. But. Any further comments or questions for our runners?
Chad has one. How did you feel about when you found that long shot on Dompe Mario?
Pretty surprised, honestly. I wasn't really expecting to find the long shot at all. Expecting maybe it's in the well. Maybe I'll have to go to Ice Cavern after all. And, I don't know, Shadow. But yeah, it's just sitting there. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that was pretty convenient because you did end up doing a fair bit more checks than Barrel just looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Barrel
I
went
skipped a shit ton.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
no,
I think I skipped obviously Deep Fire, Ice, and Shadow. I think that's really it.
sounds
Yeah,
right.
I got Boomerang from the well, left it right then and there, didn't continue.
Oh man.
Well, at that point, I had just Mirror left and Magic on 40.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had GTG Path of Twin Robo, so I was just like, oh, okay, game, if you say
All
so.
right. I mean, oh well, you had long shot by then, right? So
Yeah,
it
I had
could've
long
been
shot. I had just gotten long shot before that too.
Wow.
Because I warped back over to do nighttime Dompe, go in, change it to day, do chickens, then the well.
Yeah.
I almost didn't do the well because I forgot about storms for a hot minute coming from CAC. And I was like, it's not chickens. Okay, it's 10 or 20. And I was like, oh, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
That strength in CAC was pretty interesting because none of the strengths locked each other, so it could have been on OGC.
Yeah.
So I did that before going Child. It obviously wasn't there. So it's
Did we
pretty
have a
nice.
hint about that?
No, that was a Hyrule
No.
Castle fairy.
Oh, that was a Hyrule Castle. I thought we had a hint about that one, and I was never going to do it.
Yeah,
I was also
found...
never going to do the Hyrule Castle
Oh.
one because I never do it.
I didn't find frogs or the last Baron hint. I found everything else.
We saw frogs. Never saw the last foolish. The frogs 2 hint was dead for starters, and it was at the castle.
Ah, castle. Okay.
What was the other Baron? I think I only read Deku Tree was Baron.
Valley.
Valley, yeah.
Grotto.
That was a
actually
good
useful for you,
time.
Mario.
Yeah, getting Gerudo Valley as foolish right before going there was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I never did.
And then I immediately forgot that it was foolish, as you could see me peeking the chest behind Hammer Rocks, and then it went to night, so I had to play Sun Song to get it to day so I could do HBA, but
I didn't even do horseback archery.
Oh god.
It was a Goron
I was
shooting
in
out there.
such a just rush items mode because I knew
mentality.
that I had to. Against third seed, yeah, I have to rush. I can't be checking everything.
Right.
My execution is not going to keep up with for me to be able to check everything. I had to skip stuff. Almost paid out. Almost worked.
Almost.
I didn't skip enough.
Just go get the items, forehead.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Play it like a spoiler log race. Finish in an hour 30.
Any final comments from our runners, restreamers, chat?
Thanks for the restream, as always.
Yep, thanks for the restream.
Yeah, that reminds me to go look up who your next opponents are, actually.
Wait, she's doing that. I will announce that tomorrow we have multiple races on Restream. We're going to have probably 3. We're going to have Winner's Bracket Riley versus Alfalfa at noon, 12:20 Eastern. Then we're also going to be restreaming Winner's Bracket Gogeta versus Goomba. And then later that night, we are going to be restreaming Lower Bracket Why You So Epic versus Weasel.
Yep. So, Mario, you get the winner of Revolution Skyward. Thoughts on that?
Oh boy. The French players are always strong, so They're both are really good. I honestly don't know who I'd rather face, but I know they're both good, and it can go either way, definitely.
Yeah, and Beryl, you get another French runner, Philippe Titou, with your thoughts on that?
Have no clue anything about them.
Titou is a long-time runner, been around a bunch. Plays don't about as with many other French runners, pretty good.
My only comment
Obviously,
on it is I've probably beaten them before, so I just got to do it again.
fair enough.
That's my
They've
mindset.
also probably beaten me before, so they just got to do that again. I mean, hey, that was my mentality coming in today. I've beaten Mario before in the past, so I just had to do that again. Easy,
exactly.
Right?
You came
The
close.
reference was 56th seed in this bracket.
Mario just did it better than I did.
Dude, that blind DC play though, feeling spicy.
Is that really spicy? I feel like that's just standard.
Hey, these days, if you're doing Stone DC, that's a gamble these days.
I don't know. I
Alright.
swear, every single restream I've done, they've done Stone DC.
All I can say is I don't do Stone DC 100% of the time anymore.
Alright, so if I race you again, hope for Stone DC and it's loaded as fuck.
Oh god.
Got it.
Yeah, that would be good for me.
Yeah, I do think that is really going to be about it for us. Shout outs to our others, Mario and Beryl. To my co-con Ginger, to our trackers, ADM and Baseball. Baseball also doing double duty as our news monitor. And thanks to Cemetery too for restreaming.
A few shouts to Star as well for being the star and bringing the French and English-speaking communities together.
Also
That's
temporarily
awesome.
babysitting as my power hiccuped, but
Yeah, chat does actually want Mario or Beryl to say a tongue twister. I'm not sure which one they want you guys to say, but they want you to try one.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Oh, that's an easy one. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
If
There
Peter
we go.
Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, what's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Yeah, I don't know.
In his cupboard, because that's where you put pickled peppers.
Obviously.
Do you want to do a tongue twister, Beryl?
I think I'm good. I would need someone to write it down so I can read it because my brain does not process words that are said that fast. I have small, tiny brain.
Indeed. Mario,
There you
that's
go,
an easy
Mon.
tongue twister. Screws up right away. Yep.
There you go, Beryl.
Yeah.
I typed it out in chat for you.
How much wood could a fuck woodchuck fuck woodchuck fuck chuck fuck chuck wood? Got it. Nailed it. Done. Easy. That's how you do it.
I do give the win to Beryl on the tongue twisters.
Oh god.
Are you okay over there?
Deep breath, Star. Deep breath.
Star
Yeah.
is just dead. I've killed Star now.
Yeah, am I right? Just laughing.
You sure?
Anyway.
I think the last time I heard you like this was whenever I ate those really hot nuts and we did that race commentary together, and I was the one dying.
Oh
So
goodness, it's my
we are going to go raid Zopar, by the way.
Yep, we're
Thanks
gonna raid
everyone
the
for-
Zopar.
So that way Star can catch her breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zopar is having some fun doing some OTR with some new settings. He's doing an all sanity, but he's also turned on Rupee Mania, so all the freestanding rupees and recovering hearts are shuffled.
Oh,
And there's
season 6, let's
also
go.
pose sanity. Apparently, all the pose have individual items now.
Oh,
Fuck that setting.
that's horrible.
Isn't that pot sanity, not pose sanity?
Might have been. I actually can't read. Pod
It
sanity.
might be
Never
pod
mind.
sanity,
Although
yeah.
pod
Yes,
sanity
pod
wasn't
sanity
discussed.
is-
No, I'm mixing it up.
Makes a
Pod
little bit
sanity,
more
thank you.
sense.
Although
Horrible.
pod sanity was a recently discussed setting, so that might be in
Oh,
the works
God.
at some point. Okay, I can't read. I also I do have my breath back. Let's go see how pod sanity and review mania is going for episode.
This sounds terrible. Let's go see.
Hope
So
you
let's
also
go
see
see.
tomorrow and restream. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
everyone.
GG's.